Hi there, Capricorn. Thank you so very much for tuning in. This is your mid-September reading. Of course, energy is fluid. It may permeate a little before the 15th, a little after the 30th, 31st. But Capricorn, I was meditating on your energy before I turned on the camera, and I was hearing tuning into your frequency. Okay, there's something, and I'm hearing something measure. Okay, I'm hearing you're assessing the rhythm, okay, of growth now, and I'm hearing steady growth. Now you have the devil, okay, that is your very own card of the major arcana deck, and it sits right at the apex of your reading. And you have the Son of Pentacles as well, earth energy, both earth cards, okay, with the Mother of Cups, which sits right beneath the devil. Aha, okay, with the Father of Pentacles right beneath the Mother of Cups. Lots of earth here for you, Capricorn. Now, I'm beckoned to mention this in Pisces is um, September reading. Okay. Yes, in Pisces' September reading, there was this particular interaction between the Devil card and the Mother of Cups, the High Priestess. Okay, there was this particular interaction that had to do between specifically the Devil. Okay, so Capricorn's card and very intuitive, nurturing, mothering water energy. Now, okay, I'm hearing you're assessing the resources. Okay, now you have here at the base of your reading the Ten of Cups in reverse, the Mother of Swords upright. We'll heed that. All right, and it's very interesting because you have sort of three main stacks here. Okay, and you have the Lovers, which sits right at the center of your reading, almost flying into the Moon, which is in reverse, right at the right-hand side of your spread, and the Father of Wands upright on the left-hand side of this Lover's card. And you have the Two of Wands sitting right beneath the Father of Wands, Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, now two major arcana here in the center here for you, the Moon and the Lovers. The Moon is very much right, water energy, and the Lovers is also somewhat water energy, but primarily air. Right, it's Gemini's card. Now, you are. What I'm getting for you is that at the core, okay, of whatever it is that you're experiencing, it is a fundamentally emotional matter. Okay, it has to do with I'm hearing the freedom of flight, the freedom of spirit, the freedom to explore realms that have no bearing in the third dimension even. Okay, that is by way of our creation, our creativity. But Capricorn, it's almost as if, right, out from the nucleus of this emotion, okay, we find on the periphery, on the edges, this almost scaffolding, okay, of energy that speaks to practicalism. Okay, so we're seeing this dichotomy between feeling, okay, and even an organization of some kind. So it's very interesting to see these two energies, right, sort of interplaying, especially with this Ten of Cups, strong water energy right at the base, and the Mother of Swords. So you may be involved with an individual who is of the air element, absolutely Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, especially with this Lovers here. Okay, and okay, for a number of you, for a very small number of you, there you may also be involved or be involved with a fire sign individual. Okay, one who has a lot of fire in their chart. Sagittarius, Aries, I almost said Scorpio. So there may be an individual who is represented by this card who is perhaps a Scorpio, and it's mirroring the Moon. Okay, speaking of inherent mystery, okay, which Scorpio is known for, but very interesting. Ooh, very interesting. Okay, I was just compelled, right, to flip these two stacks. I'm not sure if you can quite catch that. These two stacks over, and at the base of both we have the Nine of Swords in reverse, and Judgment. Okay, upright. Now you have here a pair. Beneath Judgment, you have the Mother of Pentacles. Right. And the Mother of Pentacles is mirroring the Father of Pentacles. Aha, okay, which is overlaying the Three of Wands in reverse. Who's overlaying the Father of Swords in reverse. Okay, lots of characters here. Lots of characters here, especially as it, yet again though, Capricorn, what I'm getting here for you is that it's almost it's a point of junction between perhaps career, finances, the material, tangible side of the story, and that which is emotional, that which even is connected to our sort of inherent sense of judgment. I'm hearing passing judgment. Okay, understanding what comes to terms is brought about by way of our alliance with what our very personal terms are. Okay, and the conditions that we set, that we right believe will bring us a sense of culmination. I'm hearing of spirit. Okay, culmination of spirit and specifically creativity that we feel will feed our creativity. So there's some there's a question, okay, absolutely, of what will do it for me emotionally in such a way where I feel that I'm able to create what allows my soul, my very essence, to express itself through what I create. How do I come to those, I'm hearing, idyllic terms without sacrificing, I'm hearing, the motion, the momentum of this, a very directive sort of growth that is, again, more practical, perhaps, more practical. So I'm seeing that there's a focus, an underlying focus on the perception, okay, of growth, of the, I'm hearing, tangible measures that are taken. Okay, and I'm hearing to succeed one step after the next. But you have, it's very interesting, you have this, this sprinkling, okay, of amethyst, as I'm feeling it for you and as I'm seeing it for you, given the way that these stones are laid. You have two amethyst stones here that I've laid out that sit just in between the Lovers and the Son of Pentacles, and just between the Moon and the Devil. So there's this, I'm hearing this concord, something about concord, concordia, okay, whatever that may mean to a number of you, but this, it's almost, it's the ethereal expressions that find their way in such a way in your life, perhaps as it pertains to matters of career, finances, that then give you the grounds to sort of establish yourself on, not just simply in terms of what makes me feel stable, but also and fundamentally, yet again at the core, what makes me feel stable, because I know that what I've laid down speaks to all of me, and that I connect with it very deeply. That I connect with it on a level that is unspoken, that is unheard, but that just simply satisfies me, is satiating, and allows me to take the role and the reins in my life in such a way where I'm not questioning what I'm creating first, because I'm asking myself if it's practical. Right? Yet again, I'm feeling that this practicalism is at the edge, is at the periphery of your reading, and the fundamentalism is emotional, is creative, is dynamic. But yet again, okay, let's take a few steps back. There is this referencing of the perception, even of what change means to us, and what progress means to us. So how we almost translate change into, or interpret rather, change into progress, and I'm hearing momentum yet again for you, momentum, is held in the way that we almost embark upon the path perceptively in the very first place. How we see ourselves through and along the path of creation as driven by, ultimately, I'm hearing, our hunches, of what is our intuitive sort of calling, right? So if you look at the Son of Pentacles card, we see this moon, right? It's sort of like a blazing orange color that sits atop the Son of Pentacles. And it's almost as if, right, it's the guiding light through this sort of darkness of the forest, which is interesting because the moon resembles intuition, right? It resembles the mystery of the night, right? But also the concurrent sort of knowing that is greatly intuitive. Okay, and there's this calmness that we see with the moon, that we feel with the moon, very mothering sort of energy. And again, it's interesting because the Son of Pentacles, right, being an earth card, earth energy, firm, stable, rooted, grounded, right, practical, resilient, finds its way by way of this unseen, I'm hearing nebulous force. It's almost like a Neptunian force. And this is how I'm specifically reading it for you, Capricorn. It's like, as I'm hearing, as level-headed as the Son of Pentacles is, or may be, ultimately, right, there's this residing faith with what he, she, they don't quite understand in terms of practicality, in terms of, but the way that they pursue it, right, is very much with adamance, So it's interesting, Capricorn, because I'm getting this, that the whole reason why, and whoever this, right, should be it this resembling you or another, right, take it as you will, of course, general reading, but I'm getting for a number of you that this is, right, representing your own energy. The reason why you're embarking, I'm hearing, upon this path of change and transformation is ultimately fundamentally by way of a force that you can't quite explain. It confounds the reality that others can't even comprehend. But in spite of that, right, even if typically, okay, especially if you have a lot of earth in your chart, okay, even if typically, and air, I'm getting that, and if you have a lot of air in your chart as well, you are, you sort of, right, take the, I'm hearing the precognitive function over the feeling, even if right, you are a thinker, okay, I'm hearing, at heart, and at best, I'm hearing your approach in this particular case is, I'm hearing, is anomalous, and it's very, very, very interesting. It's because this fusion between intuition and practicalism is very, very strong, and I'm hearing very strongly set in motion. So they're working together, these two very polar energies. They're working in tandem, okay, for you. And yet again, it's like, it's a spectacle. It's a spectacle to be seen. Okay, I'm getting that. And others who may see you may be like, that's interesting. Like, is that a chameleon riding a tricycle? Well, that's weird. Okay, people may not understand it. I didn't know that I'm hearing that I didn't know that pentacles could fly. Okay, very, very interesting. Right, if you think about the pentacle, it resembles earth, right? It's like a coin, a medallion. It's, right, it resembles weight of some kind, being ruled by Saturn, earth energy, Capricorn, right? Being low to the ground, being down to the ground, being earth, grounded. There's a heaviness, there's a weight, a prolongment of energy, okay, energetic force. So there's this dichotomy, right? There's this weight that's not forsaken, that's not sacrificed, but that's just used in a different way. It's almost as if, right, this weight is now just simply the anchor point of a hot air balloon. Okay, so you're channeling this practicalism, this desire for long-term growth into the, I'm hearing the future. Okay, the future. I'm hearing forefathers, whatever that may mean to you. Okay, but there's a cyclical nature to it, and you're channeling I'm hearing your medium and your median, okay, it could be resources, assets, or simply, right, of course, right, again, general reading may pertain differently to everyone, but your ability to see into the long term and capacitate long term growth over a momentousness, okay, that is otherwise experienced by way of the feelings, right, being sort of impulsive, it's taking on a different measure for you in whatever this process is, whatever this period of an experience is. Okay, and I'm hearing project for a number of you. So I'm getting that it's almost like I'm hearing you're putting yourself out there in a different light, and you're using your skills, your gifts in ways that others, right, from an onlooker's perspective, may right, feel like, how could anyone ever merge those two things, as they may see it or feel it, right? But if this is you, you're doing it very, very, very harmoniously, and you're recognizing yet again that it's just held. How you merge any sort of talent, any sort of propensity to capacitate creation and progress is ultimately by way, and I'm here enabled, unlocked almost by way of the force of imagination that knows no bounds. Only those, right, established by perhaps the logical, rational mind, established by sort of the figment of imagination. Interesting, right? So, okay, now I'm getting for a number of you that you're recognizing very, very clearly here what thought forms support the progress and the movement and the nature of the movement that you want to make. Okay, I'm hearing the waves that you want to make in this, perhaps this industry. I'm hearing breaking into this industry. Okay, I'm hearing for a number of you breaking out of this industry. So you're getting very clear on what thoughts, what I'm hearing behavioral actions as well, support, okay, capacitate this transformation of spirit, of growth, of self, ultimately of self, how I want to see myself, right? I know that there's more to me. I know that I'm not only, right, earth. I know that I'm not only water. It's not all about the practicalism, and it's not all about the emotions, feelings, intuition, so to speak. The etheric realms. It's how I merge those two worlds together, and I'm here to do that. Okay, I'm hearing that for you. I'm here to do that. And to do that, I've got to accept that I can do that. That I am doing that already, simply by showing up. I'm hearing simply by showing up. So the ways in which you almost, I'm hearing it's like a proof. Okay, I'm hearing it's like a problem set, a proof. The way that you evidence this to yourself, okay, is shown in the littlest of ways, right? It's like you're I'm hearing practicing the onset of skills. You're getting acclimated to seeing yourself in this way, to moving through yourself, all of yourself, in ways that may be simple, yes, but that yet again they show you little by little your potential. Okay, and now I'm getting for a number of you that there may be an individual Mother of Swords, okay, who again, could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I'm hearing Aquarius strongly for you, very, very, very strongly for you, Aquarius. Okay, and I'm zeroing in on the color turquoise, this chrysocolla stone. Okay, so speaking, throat chakra, right, and air element specifically, right, and being right beneath the lovers, there's a strong focus on the air element. Now, it's interesting because the Mother of Swords is a very intellectual sort of energy. Okay, it speaks of someone who's very logical, very, very, very logical, very almost rational, right to a point of. I'm hearing a wit's end. I'm hearing wit's end. This is someone who uses the intellectual mind almost in every case that they can. Okay, I'm getting that specifically for you. If this resonates for you as being someone who you may be involved with, specifically as it, I'm hearing measures again, as it measures up to a certain standard, a threshold of growth. I'm hearing that, okay? Specifically, more specifically, as it pertains to this ideal that you have of how you want to move forward with things. It's kind of like the crux of the matter, and this can be your own energy, right? Representing the sort of facet of the intellectual mind, and especially if you have very strong air in your chart. Again, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. I'm hearing Aquarius very strongly for you. This this energy may be right referencing that propensity of self, okay, to I'm hearing capacitate change. So if you're someone, right, who thinks a lot before they take the action, there's a question of how this thinking, yet again, this thinking, these thought forms, the self-talk serves us in our greater mission. I'm hearing our comprehensive modality. Okay, so again, not just that which is practical, but also that which honors the emotional, intuitive realm. Now, I'm hearing defying forces. There may, yet again, if this is another individual for you, as you may perceive it, Mother of Swords, and it can be however gender, right? There's this capacity to see through. It's almost, I'm getting there's this very transparent nature, very transparent nature where it's it's clarity. Okay, that's what it is. It is clarity, and it's so much clarity, almost, right, of how we see things, of how they may see things, as how they clarify things or reach their very personal conclusions. It's so clear that it's almost, I'm hearing, unrealistic. So what I'm getting for you here, Capricorn, is that there is an emotional story. There is an emotional dimension. Absolutely. And regardless, right, if this is another individual or if this is representing your own energy, your own air propensity, there is an emotional story that's coming to culmination, and I'm hearing a checkpoint. It's almost as if this individual, or yet again this propensity, is a sort of, I'm hearing a gateway to accessing this sort of culmination. I'm hearing of spirit yet again. Okay, now, but it's almost like they've got to come to terms with the terms that don't really make sense as terms. Okay, and you're coming forward like almost ready to ram through, right, all of these sort of thoughts. Okay, these thought patterns. It's like whatever the sort of setup is, you're ready to almost, it's like a bulldozing nature in the spirit of what compels you. And you're driven yet again by what compels you from a very deep place that this individual or this propensity of self may not fully grasp because it doesn't follow the terms. Right? So it's coming, there's this, yes, clarity, but not the clarity of seeing what it is that's driving you forward. Okay, that's driving you forward. There's an emotionalism that is, I'm hearing weighted and waiting to be met, waiting to be had. There's some sort of need to come to more sentimental, I'm hearing sentimental, personal, intimate, even sensitive grounds of cooperation. Okay. But the forward movement and the progress and the momentum is your focus, is your focus. But it's not, yet again, the reason for why you're holding and maintaining the focus. Okay, yet again, that is, this is governed by this desire for sort of flight of some kind. Now, you have, right, yet again, very strong earth cards up in your apex. What I'm getting for you is that there is a system of growth that is feeding you in a certain way, and it may be individuals, certain individuals. It may be, I'm hearing a compliance system. It may be a network of people, and I'm getting this stiffness here, my left hand ring finger and my middle finger. Okay, so right here, a little bit of a stiffness and pressure. There's, take it as you will, Capricorn, but many characters here in the top right hand corner, and I'll read them off to you again. It's the Devil, right, your very own card, overlaying the Mother of Cups upright, overlaying the Father of Pentacles upright, overlaying the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, and I'm going to set these aside as one sort of main stack. And then you have here the Father of Swords, right, in reverse, overlaying the Six of Pentacles upright, overlaying the Ace of Wands upright, overlaying the Hanged Man. Aha, here we go. Okay, Hanged Man in reverse, and the High Priestess in reverse. So, very interesting Capricorn, right? I mentioned Pisces in the beginning, and Amethyst, right? Zeroing in on that energy, that sort of Neptunian flow. Okay, and contrast as well to this. I'm hearing this earthbound, and I'm hearing earthbound spirit for a number of you. To this earthbound, I'm hearing propensity as well. Okay, and nature, and I'm hearing composure, specifically as I'm looking at this Father of Swords in reverse. There's, at the same time, this ethereal presence. And I'm hearing it's on your mind. Okay, it is on your mind, even if your mind isn't at rest. Even if you are so preoccupied with holding, I'm hearing the momentum. Okay, something about the momentum, holding your ground, holding this force that yet again, but is guided by this sort of ethereal nature. It's guided by this intuition. It's very, very, very interesting because it's this cyclical nature. It's like a self-feeding system. Okay, it's a self-feeding system. Now, and I'm hearing it's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. It's both at every moment in time. And that is my principle. That is my principle of truth. And not everybody may understand that. Okay, I'm hearing that specifically for you. Okay, and I'm getting specifically as it may pertain to this individual and this interaction here that's happening between the Son of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. All right, but there's this composure that is held. There is this composure that is held, and it's almost as if, right, someone who's looking at you from the outside wouldn't be able to quite tell what exactly is going on. There's this question of what is going on. Right? There's this knowing that it's not all how they may see it. Okay, or that how they may ascertain it, how they may understand it. I'm hearing ever. Okay, so whatever that may mean to a number of you. But I'm hearing lo and behold, it's my ticket. I'm hearing it's my ticket. I've got to do it. And there is a focus yet again for you, Capricorn, on making it through this portal, this gateway, and clearing the sort of energetic debris that I'm hearing. It takes on this transformational quality. Okay, to clear the path, literally to clear the path to transformation, Okay. Now I'm hearing unending cycles, and we have very cyclical sort of energy, especially here with the moon, and you have right a moon plate. Ooh, okay. You have a moon placed right atop the Son of Pentacles card. So there is a focus, yet again, right, on water energy, on nurturing energy, on I'm hearing for a number of you, the divine feminine, okay? And you have this Mother of Cups right beneath the Devil. But let's take it a step back again and take a look at this Devil here, right? Mirroring as the top of the stack, right? The base of the stack of these two cards that speak to the Pisces archetype. Okay, this is Pisces' card, the Hanged Man in the Major Arcana, and this is the High Priestess, which I also typically relate to the Pisces archetype as well. It is the most intuitive card in the deck, and it was in fact the Devil and the High Priestess who were interacting very, very interestingly in the Pisces reading for September. So you may be involved with the Pisces, or maybe a Pisces off in the periphery. Okay, I'm getting that it is polar. Okay, polar, too different from the Mother of Swords. I'm getting that if you resonate with this being two individuals, or maybe an individual who's just completely day and night different, okay, from this other. And yet again, right, this Pisces energy that's coming through, it seems, maybe speaking to your own propensity as well. Okay, now I'm hearing revolutions of spirit, revolutions of spirit. There is this desire to make momentum move itself. And you're like, I want to get it to a point where it's almost, right, the progress and the change is happening because I've almost, I'm not pushing the ball up the hill, up the mountain. I've reached the top of the mountain, and it's now, right, rolling itself down, okay, to begin the cycle again. And I'm getting moon cycle specifically for you. Moon cycle, so I almost said Scorpio again. Okay, as I mentioned this card here, Father of Swords. So again, there may be a Scorpio involved in some way, be it, right, a propensity within your own chart, or that of someone else who you may be involved with. But again, Capricorn is very interesting. Strong water energy coming through for you here. Now, there's a desire to carry this change. I'm not getting that you're like, am I going to make the change and then that's it? Am I going to make the change? It's not a moment of change. It's I'm here, it's a ritual of change. It's a cycle of change. And it's a question of how do I get this growing, surmounting change to the point where I can just experience it. And it's the clearing house that you're taking very seriously here, especially yet again as it pertains to perhaps an individual of the Libra, Aquarius, Gemini archetype, and or right, thought forms, certain I'm hearing behavioral patterns again that relate to and influence your perception of this grander change that you're seeking to make, or that you're seeking to participate in a more ongoing fashion. Okay. So what I'm getting is that, yet again, Capricorn, I'm not getting that something is changing. Like, I want to make the change happen. I don't feel that it's in that way. I feel that this is something that you have been involved in on a certain scale, on a certain level. And I'm hearing surface, but there's a desire to go very, very deeply with it, to almost merge this polarity yet again. And you have cards that speak to polarity, the Lovers, right, in the dead center. So this may be speaking fundamentally to a partnership of some kind, be it, right, the two halves of your being, but some sort of polarity coming together for you. And it speaks specifically, right, of Capricorn. It speaks of our propensity to feel, our propensity to even know. Okay, it speaks of premonition in a certain way, spirituality, intuition, okay, but also, right, speaking to how it is that we channel that propensity in the third dimension, right, giving it a sort of form that is concrete, that is, that can continue, okay, I'm hearing in suitable form into the long term. And although water and earth are both yin elements, right, and that's fundamentally the dichotomy we're seeing here, and at the same time the similarity, right, it's sort of complementary nature to the energies coming through. At the same time, right, being polar, there is this intimacy and this similarity of what is being merged. There's an understanding of what I'm merging. What is merging is, in a way, I'm hearing, meant to fit together. So there's a rhyme and a reason. I'm hearing that for you. There's a rhyme and a reason, and you're coming down to it, and you want to get it once and for all. You want to get it. What is, I'm hearing, why it all matters. Why it all matters, and why, right, I am here to make it matter. So it's almost as if I'm hearing an emblem of effort. It's like there's a leadership like sort of energy here for you, Capricorn, that speaks of action, momentum, will, but not only to make the forward motion movement, but you're setting an example as I'm feeling it for you. You're setting an example, and whatever this terrain is that you are traversing and moving through, Capricorn, it is completely out of, it's like the ball out of the park. Okay, it's a very, very, very sort of eccentric even world. Okay, that you are setting your sights to explore. Okay, and it speaks to you. It speaks to, yet again, I'm hearing this transformation of spirit, this growth, okay, of what it means to, I'm hearing even idealize, and understanding that, right, through the process of growth and momentum, I'm hearing, and challenge, right, ultimately what holds it all together is the reason for why we are right, maintaining our essence. I'm hearing through every sort of wavelength of it, through the thick and the thin, why we stick around for this, why it's important to us in a soul deep way, in a soul deep way. And it's that uncovering of how this dichotomy is to play that supercharges this understanding of the action, okay, that is to capacitate and I'm hearing begin again, to begin again. While at the same time, right, almost reminding you, I mean, rekindling the very reason for why you want to take the action. Okay, so there's this coming full circle for you, Capricorn. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I hope this reading was helpful for you. Please feel free to let me know if you have any questions or comments in the description box below. And I highly recommend you to listen in to your rising, ascendant, or moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. For example, I know I resonate a lot with my moon, even more than my sun sometimes. I also resonate with my rising as well, here and there. So if you don't know your signs, you can click the link below in the description box that I provide, and that will compute them for you. Let's see, and I know some of you have been asking if I have any personal services, and I do personal readings. I have full-length astrology reports if that's something of interest to you. So you can check all of my services out via the link below as well in the description box, alchemyinu.com. All right, thank you so much again, Capricorn, for tuning in. Have a beautiful rest of September, and I'll see you soon. Bye.